Hello everyone. You're probably thinking, what would even was that? Well, the clip that you just watched was a clip from a week-long vlog that I filmed all week. And through reasons I can't explain, that vlog will not be seeing the light of day. That clip was the only clip left that I could actually salvage. And I feel really horrible, to be honest, about it because I had filmed all week and I was really looking forward to putting it up for you guys, but obviously we're back here in front of my bookshelf. Hopefully one of these days I'll get a better angle. Like, you're literally just like stacked up on like a little do you know what? I'm not even gonna tell you what you're stacked up on. Like, do you know what? You're actually stacked up on top of a plug-in heater, like a fireplace. It's not turned on, and some books. But anyway, like I said, I want to talk about these because these three books I managed to complete in the space of a week, which I genuinely can't fathom that I did. Um, the whole idea of the vlog was to read a favorite author's backlog, not the whole thing. Like, so with Alice Oseman, I have read a few of their books, obviously. I've read Heartstopper and I've read Loveless, but I had not read these three novels right here. So, and obviously I know they have novellas as well, but I just wanted to concentrate on the novels. So the first one that I read was their debut, Solitaire. And this is a story about Tori Spring, who is Charlie Spring's older sister. And this is basically just all about her in school. It says Catcher in the Rye for the digital age, but I've never read Catcher in the Rye, so I can't comment on that. But if you've read Catcher in the Rye and you've read this, is there similarities between the two? But anyway, Tori is a very quiet person. She has friends, but she doesn't really hang out with them a lot outside of school. And then she meets this boy called Michael Holden, who is literally her polar opposite in every possible way. He's loud and energetic and, you know, just like ba da da da, like he would shout her name every time he saw her. He would be like, Victoria Spring, and he would just like run over and he'd be like, I've been looking for you, and she'd be like, what? But yeah. And then, you know, the whole solitaire aspect to it, I feel like that didn't even really play a part in this story. I said this in the vlog that will never be, but I did say that I kind of felt a little bit lost in the sauce with this one. I'm not entirely sure what the whole idea of it was. Like, one minute I was reading about this girl who is dealing with a lot of mental health stuff, and who her young, obviously Charlie is in this as well. Charlie's in this almost as much as she is, but you know, they're both dealing with a lot. If you've read Heartstopper, you know what Charlie's dealing with. And I will say, Alice has an author's note at the beginning of this book that highlights all of the trigger warnings that are in here. Please read that before you get into it, and no trigger warnings. Just like every possible bit of information that you can find about them, know them before you get into this. Overall, I gave this 3 stars. Mostly, like, I did like it. I do really love Alice's writing, and I did quite like Tori as a character because I felt like I related to her a lot, because I used to be just like her. Like, I used to be so quiet and just like never really spoke to anyone, just kind of drifted through life, and you know, and still I was just very confused a lot of the time. And yeah, the whole solitaire aspect didn't really play a part in it that much, in my opinion anyway. um I actually find those bits like really quite entertaining. I was just like, oh, is Alice Oseman trying to sell me like a thriller here? But again, yeah. But I mean, overall, I did really enjoy it. I'm really happy that I read it. And yeah, this is the edited version that came out in 2020, I believe, this particular copy. Well, I think it originally came out in, when did they say? Oh, it was written in 2012, and then in 2020, it was republished again and like re-edited and stuff, and things were taken out of here that weren't that were in the original one, obviously, which Alice felt was too triggering. So yeah, Solitaire, 3 stars. And then I read this amazing book, Radio Silence. Oh my god. I gave this 5 stars. This was amazing. This book is so good. So basically this is about Frances, who is a study work exam machine. Like, she is always studying, she's always working, because she wants to get into Cambridge. Like, that is her dream goal in life. She's like, if I can't get into Cambridge, I haven't made it. You know what I mean? So she's just like, Cambridge, 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 top grades, top marks, everything. She's head girl at her school, and she is basically just like, you would think that she had everything going for her. But she has a whole other side of herself that she doesn't show to people. Like, everybody outside thinks that she's just a study machine and just works all the time on schoolwork and is dedicated to school, which she is. But she has this other side of her that she doesn't show. Like, she is a huge fan of this like YouTube podcast show called University. Like, she makes art for it, and you know, she has a whole Tumblr account dedicated to it. Remember those days? Like, I miss Tumblr. Honestly, I genuinely do. I think I still have an account. I think I might like log into it sometime and just look through and see what's going on over there. But anyway, so, and the creator of the show is called Radio Silence. She doesn't know who they are. You know, they're very mysterious, and they just narrate, you know, they narrate their episodes, and she's obsessed with this show. Like, the story, its characters, like I said, she's all in the fandom. She creates artwork for it. And the creator, Radio Silence, actually DMs her on Twitter and is all like, hey, do you want to make art for University for me? Because I truly love your art, and I would love to incorporate it. And oh my goodness. And Alid Last. Like, obviously all the Radio Silence stuff, but Alid Last is in this book. And he is a sweet, sweet, sweet little sweet cinnamon roll of a human being. He is the most precious little being on the planet, and I will fight for him any day of the week. He is my heart, he's my soul. I love him, I love him, I love him, I love him. And the two of them, Frances and Alid, form this gorgeous, beautiful, pure, sweet friendship. Like, they watch movies together and they fangirl about everything. And you know, Frances secretly loves wearing bright, colorful clothes. Like, she has these she has like all these different patterned leggings, like with like the Avengers on them or with the Monsters Inc. characters on them. There is a lot of pop culture references in here, which I'm not all that mad at, but if you're a person that doesn't really like those in books, be wary. But like, overall, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it so much. And there is a little bit of like, there was something that I did predict quite early on, and I was proven right. I was very happy about it. I was just like, oh, I betcha. And then I was proven right, and I was like, see, I told you. But like, I love this. I love this so much. Like, oh, this is just wonderful. And Frances is such a good friend. Like, Alid is really, really going through it in this book. If you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. And just, Frances is such a good friend. Like, and it's just, oh, we all need friends like Frances. If Alid was my best friend, I would never, ever let him go ever. Like, I would fight for him the same way Frances fights for him in this book. Like, I love this book. I love it. 5 stars. 5 stars. This is amazing. And the very last book that I finished yesterday. I finished this book yesterday morning. I was so happy and proud of myself, but that is, I was born for this. And did anybody else have the Paramore song in their head every time you read the title for this? Because I certainly did, had to listen to it a couple times. But anyway, this is a story about a girl called Angel. Well, it's not her real name. Her real name is Farishte, but she, let me know if I'm pronouncing that right, by the way, because I would like to be able to pronounce it correctly. But she goes by Angel on Twitter and on the internet, and she is a massive fan of this boy band called The Ark. And at the start of this book, she is meeting up with a friend that she'd been talking to on Twitter for about 2 years, I believe. And they were going to meet up in London, and they were going to go to a meet and greet and see The Ark in concert. And she's all buzzing. She's so excited. And, you know, and everything seems to be going well in the beginning, but then obviously drama. And we also follow the perspective of one of the members of the boy band called Jimmy, and he's kind of like the front man, and he's trans. Love that. He's Indian Italian, and just, oh my gosh, I love Jimmy. Jimmy's amazing. If the Ark were a real band, I think I would definitely be a fan. And this book, I love this book because it talks about fandom. And obviously it talks about the positive aspects of being in a fandom, but it also is not afraid to delve into how toxic a lot of times a lot of people in fandoms can be. And there was one particular page 172. I remember, okay, hold on. Okay. So she's talking about, because Angel is just basically thinking about like her love for the Ark and how people don't fully get it and they don't really know who she is. And she says, being a fan isn't always about the thing you're a fan of. Okay, well, it sort of is, but there's so much more to it than just going online and screaming that you love something. Being a fan has given me people to talk to about things that I like for the past 5 years. Being a fan has made me better friends online than I've ever counted in real life. It has entered me into a community where people are joined in love and passion and hope and joy and escape. Being a fan has given me a reason to wake up, something to always look forward to, something to dream about while I'm trying to fall asleep. And then she goes on to talk about how people think that they're stupid. And it says they only see a tiny percentage of fans who take it too far, the stalkers, and they think all of us are like that. And I felt that with my whole entire soul, because I've been a fan of many a boy band literally my whole life. Like I've been to Westlife concerts, I've been to Take That concerts, I've been to JLS, McFly, McBusted, Busted. Like I've been to many a boy band concert in my lifetime, and yes, of course, obviously, yes, you love them, you scream for them, and you know, at the end of the concert, it's like, right, okay, we've all had a good time, let's go home. But like, you know, obviously I've seen it firsthand, and especially you know, I got into K-pop in 2013, and if you're a K-pop fan, then you know how like scary that world can be a lot of times. But like I felt that with my whole soul. Like this is why a lot of times we're afraid to talk about the things that we like, because people just make fun of us. And as I've gotten older, you know, like I'm 30 years old now, and like I'm just like, yeah, I listen to K-pop. Yes, I still fangirl over some boy bands. Yes, I watch animated shows on Netflix that are maybe geared toward children, but I don't give an absolute damn. Like I don't care, you know, like, and especially like these last like 2+ years where like, you know, watching The Untamed and like Word of Honor and like getting into those TV shows and entering into those fandoms, and like I've made friends like online because of those 2 TV shows, and I'm so grateful for that. Like I love Miguel's on Twitter. How yous doing? Like it really hit the nail on the head, you know, when it came to talking about fandom and how amazing and wonderful it can be, while also how toxic it can be on the other side as well. And I loved it. I loved it. Like, I give it 4 stars on Goodreads, but I might bump this up to a 5. I might. But anyway, so in order, for me, it would go Radio Silence would be first, I Was Born for This comes second, and Solitaire would be in the last. That now, just because I've given Solitaire the last wee slot doesn't mean that it's not a good book. It is a good book. Just personally for me, we got a bit lost there for a while. But I've read these in the space of an entire week. And like literally started on a Monday and I finished I Was Born for This yesterday, and I could not be prouder of myself. I genuinely did not think I was going to be able to do it. I'm sorry that this video is not what you expected. I'm sorry it's not what I promised, but you know, I am going to do this again with another author. I do have another author in mind that I want to attempt this challenge with, but it's not going to be for a while yet. I want to take a break and just relax and read whatever I want. But yeah, so that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you've read any of these, let me know which one is your favorite. Again, I'm sorry that this isn't what you were technically, I'm sorry that this isn't what we all thought it was going to be, but technology let us down. in the end. So yeah. Anyway, my Twitter and Instagram, Amazon wishlist are all listed down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. I make videos every Tuesday and every other Saturday, so be sure to have on the post notifications. And yeah, I will and truly love all you guys. Thank you so much for being there and subscribing and commenting and liking. It really, it warms my heart. Anyway, so I shall see you in my next video, which will be next Tuesday. So I'll see yous.